Hello, everyone. Good afternoon if you're here on the East Coast. Good morning. If you're on the West Coast, and good evening if you're in Europe. Alex, I don't know where you are. If you're in South Korea, I think it's the middle of the night. So happy middle of the night to you. Today, we've got an OTSL game between James Hawks and Alexander Kornev. This is historic, perhaps historic, because James is 13 and 0 in OTSL. And if he wins this one, he'll be 14 and 0, be the first player ever in OTSL Gold to finish off the regular season undefeated. So let's get to it. And here we have James is the USSR, so we're watching from James's side. And James's hand is it's a bit of a mix here. We've got decall, which is nice, but no four ops. Nothing else worth eventing. Okay, C5 going to hit is going to miss, and there goes Middle East. Okay, we'll see the usual Iran coup. Oh, and a miss. This is going a little bit fast. I'm going to reduce the speed. Sorry, folks. Okay, that's much better. Okay, so James decides to headline Cambridge 5. He misses. Decall obviously would have been the gutsy choice, but no defectors in hand, so James plays it safe. He then tries the Iran coup, and he cleanly misses with a 1. Okay, having a little issue with the frame rate, but all right. So there's 1 in Lebanon, 2 in Afghanistan, not Pakistan, which is unusual. I think I think Afghanistan was a typical play in the past, in the old school Twilight Struggle, but not so anymore. James tried a coup with independent Reds, and we couldn't see it, so I can only assume he missed. But that coup probably mostly to just lower DEFCON. Yeah, he tried an Iran coup. Okay, so 1 Malaysia, 1 Pakistan is a good play. Now we'll see decall. Certainly 1 Thailand. Certainly 1 Algeria. Let's see where else. Yeah, James sent me this video, and he said he had some frame rate trouble. So okay, here we go. Algeria, Angola, Thailand, and Indonesia makes sense. And we'll see what kind of a hand Alex has, because he definitely wants neither Asia nor Europe are scored, so he'll certainly want to protect both if possible. If he has a 4-op, we could see 1 France, 3 Thailand, and then James make the decision on whether he wants to flip Thailand with the China card. Hello, Victory Point Gaming. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the raid. We're here with a recorded OTSL game between James Hawks, who's 13 and 0, and Alexander Kornev, as James tries to finish off his undefeated OTSL run. By the way, James also in Atlantic League. Okay, and Marshall. So Alex had Marshall, and that's obviously a card the U.S. wants to event turn 1, but he played it for ops instead because he had Middle East scoring, which makes sense. He goes 3 Thailand, 1 France, just as I suggested. And now a challenge for Alex. So yeah, thinking of 1 Lao, which is good. I think you've got to get at least 1 into France, and then maybe 1 into Zaire. Okay, he goes to South Korea. Yeah, the issue is here. I mean, this is fine. Yeah, Zaire would have been my play here, because if you get the 1 France is good because it threatens to take France. My issue with it is if Lao gets cooed and you want to take France, you're going to have to do it with China, and I'm not sure how excited he is to play China with Asia like it is, giving away China could be an issue. So we'll see how Alex responds here. He may ignore the threat to France. He needs his mill-ups anyway. Get the coup in Angola. I think if you're James, that's really what you're hoping he doesn't do. I think you're hoping he protects France, and then we take a throwaway coup on Panama or something, AR-5, to protect Angola. Then we use containment to fill in South Korea and hope we don't get dominated. Or James might get aggressive and get frisky and think about using China and Asia, but I think I might hold China here. I think he probably will want to use Romanian for a coup, and then containment can fill South Korea. Yeah, that's a great question, Jeremy. Flipping France or flipping Thailand? Both countries very important. Okay, I missed that, but okay, NORAD. James said there were some issues early with the video, but that it fixes, but it gets better later. Okay, so Alex fixed up France, put 2 there, and put 1 into Thailand as well. James did exactly what we thought he'd do and cooed to lower DEFCON. Yeah, went 1 Thailand, 2 France, which made perfect sense. James cooed, evidently missed. If he went Panama, he missed again. Alex decided to space de Gaulle, hit that roll. I am never a fan of spacing de Gaulle in the early war, unless I'm purged. I prefer to get de Gaulle out of the deck so I don't have to worry about it. But in this case, if he didn't have a better card, it makes some sense. Ooh, and Alex now gives AI war. He gives AI war, doesn't go into Egypt. I don't know what the role was, but Egypt probably not a priority anyway. And James had taken South Korea with containment, which makes sense. So Alex, this has to be 1 Pakistan, 1 India. I can't imagine it being anything else. Potentially 1 Pakistan, 1. Okay, yeah. You don't need to do India if you have both Iran and Afghanistan, because nobody rolls a 6 on the IP war when only a 6 will do. Okay. And a much nicer hand here is particularly ops-wise for James. He gets Purge, plus he's got another 4-op. He's got Defectors. He's also got Blockade to deal with West Germany. And then, 5-year plan, Defectors, and Duck means it's going to be tough to hold Defectors. But yeah, so Purge will be the headline, obviously. Then, depending on what I see from Alex headlines Special, which is pretty weak. I'd have preferred to headline U.S. Japan. So yeah, special pretty weak play. Okay. Then James coups with Korean War and hits the roll on Panama. So now if I were James, I would want to trigger. I'd want to trigger blockade as soon as possible. And if I were Alex, I would dump Europe scoring right here if I had it. Yeah, Jeremy, I would have put De Gaulle into the empty France earlier in the turn. I think you spread AR1 into Lebanon, whatever, into Afghanistan, fine. But I would have gone De Gaulle into France earlier. I guess he didn't really have an opportunity because James started with 2 coups. And Alex did keep both France and Thailand, even though he didn't get mill ops or get anything into Africa. So that's not nothing. Okay. So NATO. So Alex uses NATO to take India, which sets up Dom. And James quickly stops that Dom by taking Southeast Asian countries. Surprised to see NATO used with blockade unaccounted for. Perhaps Alex. So the only remaining 4 is U.S. Japan. U.S. Japan would have been a much better headline than special, so I doubt Alex has it. We know Alex doesn't have decall. I'm a little surprised to see him burn his 4-op under purge with blockade around. Now I'm fine with it if he had decall and so just said, you know what, I'm not going to discard anyway because I'm not giving decall. But with Europe unscored, I think I would rather discard to it. We have seen Marshall Plan. Marshall Plan was played for ops turn 1 by Alex. Oh, we did see U.S. Japan. So there are no 4-ops left. Never mind. Okay, so there goes West Germany. Now Truman is around, so James can't go fully hog wild in here just yet. Okay. Looks like Comic-Con turn 3. Sorry for the video quality here. Not sure what. Okay. And there goes Comic-Con into Burma and Philippines. Okay, so that takes Asia Dom. So very interesting. Alex is fighting here for Asia Dom, despite the fact that he's under purge and just got blockaded. Europe also still to come. Sorry, folks. Just going to fast forward this and... Just fast forwarding it to make sure we get back on track here. Okay. Okay. Alex played for most. Okay. Video. James says video should be fine now. Okay. So Alex played Formosa to get 1 into West Germany. And then James Space Duck, which makes sense. James could have flipped Pakistan there if he'd wanted, but IP war is not seen, so I don't know how sound that would have been. I love the idea of holding defectors turn 3, but if you're going to do that, you have to play China here. Okay, there's Fidel. Okay, so he's got to give that, and now he does protect Pakistan. Yeah, I think 2 West Germany's fine. If you want to use Truman here in West Germany with 2 there, I think James is probably okay with that. And now we're going to hold 5-year plan for next turn, although James notably does not get presence in the Middle East unless this is going to be now. Okay, here we go. IP war, and he misses. Okay, so James could have flipped Pakistan there, and I think that would have changed domination. But obviously, I didn't want to risk the war. Okay, James gets Europe. He also gets Truman, and he gets a decall redraw, and he gets destall. Wow. So big hand here for James. He gets destall, and he can 5-year plan Europe if he wants. Although Europe is going to be just fine for him. I don't think you want to. I suppose you could just headline Europe and get it out of the way, and then play 5-year plan on AR6. UN, then you can UN NORAD and not miss an AR. I don't think with these great cards, I don't think you're fighting for Europe domination. We're going to go with a decall headline, and there's CNS. Okay, yeah. So here we go. Decall headline, filling in Africa. And now James can flip Thailand if he wants to. Oh, and he gets a huge flip in Iran. Wow, what a roll. So James could have flipped Thailand if he wanted to. Decided not to, even though I believe Asia is known in Alex's hand. So at this point, um, Alex knows about D-stall, but he's completely powerless to stop it. Can't even get into Egypt to threaten Libya. So he's just got no access anywhere in the Middle East. He's lost Panama, lost Cuba. James is far ahead here. Alex is in some big trouble here. Ooh, okay. That, I don't know if I'd give Warsaw here. That's interesting. So this, okay, this now better be 3 West Germany. Um, oh, oh no. I think yeah. So you're going to give up Asia Dom, but now James is going to score Europe Dom. Yeah, I really don't like Alex giving up Warsaw there, unless he just had no other card to take Asia Dom back with. I think that's a big mistake. Even independent Reds doesn't help Alex. Alex needs a 4-op to take Greece and Portugal. It looks like maybe that's exactly what he's going to do. Okay, takes Canada as well. And so a decision to make here for James. Obviously, you can't play D-stall for ops. You could play China if you wanted to get Europe Dom, but maybe he'll just score Europe for 1. You also could just 5-year planet. Honestly, I think I might just do that. At this point, he also needs D-stall food. Oh, he went NORAD. That's right. Yeah, so James could take Turkey, but with what is kind of the question. He'd have to play China. Um, yeah, okay, and there's Asia. So okay, good on Alex to deny Europe Dom and get Asia Dom, but I really don't think I would have played Marshall first to take that Asia Dom. Um, to Mexico. That is, boy, when you can go to Mexico, that is that you know you're doing well when you that's a very greedy D-stall, but I think it is it's definitely worth it here. Now the only negative here, James has just 4 ops left, so he's not going to be able to fully fill up South America. But James at this point is ahead in Europe. He's ahead in the Middle East. Has going to have control in Central America. He's way ahead in Africa, going to be way ahead in South America. Asia, the only good region on the board for Alex, and it is scored. So Alex needs some big cards in the mid-war, and he needs them in a hurry. And yes, Alex is holding on to Nasser. Okay, going to try Miracle realigns in Mexico, and he hits. Okay, so clears him out of Mexico. It's a good play. And yeah, I guess Alex used a 4-op to fight for Asia Dom. He could have used that 4-op. He could have discarded that 4-op to blockade. He didn't. He clearly didn't have D-stall. So he could have just discarded that 4 up to blockade and maybe scored. Now, well, in that case, James would have 5-year planned Europe. So James would have 5-year planned Europe, so that wouldn't have really mattered. Okay, there's Romanian. And this will just be, okay, yeah. Okay, one Israel suggests that perhaps Alex is we're going to hold Nasser again. Yeah. There was no danger of an Iran poke. I think I agree, James. I would have used that op in South America instead. But, okay, there's Vietnam. So I wonder if this is going to be Egypt or Mexico. Yeah, Egypt. Okay. So that evens up the Middle East. Oh boy, Middle East and Central scoring. So Junta is the easy headline to reach for here. The problem is it doesn't lower DEFCON. I still think it's right though. I think it's Junta. You pass on your. Oh, okay. Well, that's actually fine to see. Um, Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, James doesn't want to give up those 3 VPs. Though he was going to have to coup Egypt. Um, so he probably didn't want to do that. And he didn't want to give Alex another chance at realigns. So instead, he's just going to casually collect his 10 VP and laugh all the way to the bank. Yeah, against a non-DEFCON lowering headline, perhaps um, how I learned would be better, and then you Junta AR1, or if he takes a coup in Africa, you can get your own coup. Okay, and Alex has Africa, so he's able to dump that for 3. James at this point, I don't think is gonna be. I think James at this point is going to be interested in denying Millops. Yeah, just do this. Okay, that's fine too. I would go Brazil, Argentina. Clearly, Alex does not have VOA. If he had VOA, he would have used it in Africa right there. So I wouldn't be too worried about it. But perhaps thinking about brush war protection. Okay, and there's Nixon taking China. Asia scored. Probably not too. James not too worried about that. I would have considered. I would have used Cambridge for that. But okay. Presumably going Chile first. Thinking about brush protection. So I guess AI War is going to be used for the event. Okay. Well, you're going to stop. Okay. So James. So some players will space a harmless 2-op to try and stop the double. James decides not to. He decides to just go ahead and get his mill ops. Oh, okay. And there's mill ops for Alex, and he hits his roll. 50-50 shot. So everything scored here. It's turn 4. Everything scored except for South America and Southeast Asia, which is even. Okay, and that would have been 2 VPs. So he spaces, misses that roll. Yeah, I think it's fine to just take a battleground. And Alex with no access in South America. Maybe we'll see a Brezhnev flip of Lao here. That would be reasonable. Just do something in Southeast Asia. But yeah, James in a commanding position in South America. Okay, well, that worked, but that wouldn't have been high on my list. Central scored. I would have used these 3 ops to flip Lao, I think. Protects Thailand from brush, which is desperately needed at this point. Okay, one small step's a reasonable headline. And James highlights Sadat because Alex is still holding on to Nasser. So James is going to want to get that out as soon as humanly possible. One small step feels like a fine headline here. I don't think you want to get crazy and headline salt with the Southeast Asia one stabs like they are. I think I'd be fine with a one small step headline here, and then maybe even a Sadat coup of Egypt resolve the event first. Obviously, just to lower DEFCON. Missile envy. Okay, that's going to get NTB. Okay, things are going to get weird. Okay, so James decides to realign Thailand. James pointing out correctly that VOA and grain are both unseen, so climbing up the space race may not be particularly valuable at this stage. What I like is the old advance 4 spaces in one turn, one small step, opponent hits, salt for one small step again, pick up 3 VPs. But obviously that has the same drawbacks. Okay, and James tries to realign again at +2, and he misses. So now I suspect we will see another coup from Alex to protect Thailand. We'll just see a coup in Africa. Big old 4-op coup in Brazil. Okay, and I think I just coup that back. Just need anything but a 1. Yeah, there's 4. Okay, could see arms race here. James has to be disappointed he missed on those realigns. But another reason why I would have flipped Lao instead of trying the realigns in Mexico. Flipping Lao, the realigns aren't a thing. Okay, and Che is completely free for the U.S. here. Just not a lot, just no access in South America. So this could be something like Libya and Mexico, maybe even get one into Cuba to threaten the realigns there. I mean, this is just, okay, finally he does go with the Lao flip. I would have done that long ago, but okay. Yeah, patching up Cuba is fine. And there goes Southeast Asia. Okay, so big fight over Southeast Asia. Now it is scored. There goes Kennedy. And James stops the double. Okay, and there goes Libya, 1 Mexico. Yep, and the players just filling up battlegrounds at this point. I still would overprotect Thailand. James, I cannot imagine, will use one small step here for the event. It might just shore up. I think I'd probably use one small step to shore up my African 1 stabs. One small step won't get VPs here. I would shore up my CRGs is coming, folks, and VOA is coming. I would shore up my African one stabs rather than going to Israel, but okay. Oh, and there's South America. So huge 10 VPs, and absolutely nothing Alex could do about that. Just nothing he could do about it. And an excellent hand here. He's got Purge, puppets, which he can get rid of. So I think Purge here makes a lot of sense. I'm still worried about CRGs. Missile Envy's gone. This is a very bad Missile Envy hand. Okay, James going to go with South African. We Will Bury You would have been reasonable as well. South African maybe a little bit surprising. Oh, yeah, and there we go. So We Will Bury You could have been good. Yeah, and there's CRGs. Oh, I definitely would have gone one. I would have gone one Algeria before that, but okay. Yeah, I would have gone. I think I would have gone Purge or We Will Bury You here to prevent that. I also would have protected my African one stabs last turn. But okay, you just use flower power. You take back Nigeria, take back Zaire, and take Israel, and you give up the coup. Nope. Wow, just going to take a big roll on Mexico and allow the flips here. Ooh, taking back Nigeria and Zaire and poking Thailand, also very interesting. Yep, that's a good play, Alex. Or, excuse me, Jeremy. Okay, and there we go there. All right, we'll see. I suspect, yeah, we'll just use a 4-op to flip Zaire back, maintain the edge in Africa. Okay, what's ABM going to do? Is that just an African coup? No, he's going to go Brazil, and he'll hit the roll. So finally a foothold in South America for Alex, although I think it's too little too late. No, this should be Uruguay. This is Uruguay. This is Uruguay. I don't like that. That need to be Uruguay. I get you need to prep for Panama Canal because you're giving it up here, but that need to be Uruguay. Oh, big brush in Mexico and he misses. Classic JR2. JR, you watching? Okay, so James decides he's going to give up OAS. Okay, that suggests James may be thinking about holding Purge so he doesn't get purged himself in the late war, barring Star Wars. Okay. I see. Okay. Oh, that would have been an event for me for sure. Also, you can take Guatemala there if you. Okay, so puppets has to go to space. You can't allow puppets with the way Central America looks. Uruguay, Portuguese to Uruguay. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Jr. I would have gone Mexico instead of gone Venezuela instead of Mexico, and then tried to get Mexico with realigns. Oh, Quagmire, worst card in the game. Okay, going to space. Tries the realigns and misses. But now Alex could set up real lines of his own in Colombia. I really don't think you can give puppets here. One Colombia, two France would be my play here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this has to go to space. James misses on the roll, so safely. He is safely behind. Grain and voice have yet to be seen. We could see VOA right here. And Alex and James does successfully hold purge. Yeah, I get that. I like Uruguay to set up the real lines, set up domination. But yes, it is less exciting with when you have to give Panama. Okay, here's Brezhnev and okay. That's a fine play to do in any AR, but okay, AR7 could be even better. Oh my goodness. Wow. What a hand. So James thrilled he held Purge because Purge in this hand is just game losing. James can now self-trap. He can self-trap, dump grain into the trap, space voice, and hold CIA if he has to, or give CIA AR1 if he doesn't. Yeah, this is a bad hand for James, but James has to be thrilled that all these cards waited until turn 7 to come, and that he can get rid of them almost painlessly. Okay, and there's Gunman. Not a particularly great hand for Alex either. Usuri could be annoying, but it's not going to... he already has domination. Yeah, you're just going to place influence, take Mexico back, and you're going to give CIA. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So both gunmen and CIA wait until turn 7 to make their presence known. And Alex had been holding on to Nasser. Alex has been holding Nasser since at least turn 2. Since at least turn 3, maybe before that. So we know Alex just got gunmen. So this will just be a coup in Africa. Yeah. Okay, big roll in Panama. Interesting. If Alex didn't have Purge in his hand, Cuban Missile Crisis would have been a quite a reasonable headline. Headline CMC and then play CIA AR1 and opponent can't coup. So yeah, Bear Trap, Grain, Voice, Usuri. 4 very powerful U.S. cards waiting to come until turn 7. So tough break there for Alex. Okay, Alex is going to use China. Then he'll presumably dump Cultural. And then... yeah, that's a good play. Alex, because will probably... trigger Cultural here. Put 2 in Thailand. Because then he'll want to use Usuri to take China back. Now, James is going to have to self-trap here. So I don't know if... so James may not... it's possible James may not be able to keep Thailand, but he'll probably overprotect it with Bear Trap. Yeah, and this is why you've got to overprotect Thailand. Your Asian battlegrounds in general, but Thailand specifically, must be overprotected. It's just even no matter what the China card situation is, just not a country you want jammed. So a little bit of a mistake there by Alex. Okay, so James decides to self-trap. We could see Usuri here to take back China. I'm forgetting exactly what Alex has, but he may want to poke and retake Thailand. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. We'll see grain here. And a miss on the roll for James, giving me a little PTSD. But James, I'm sure, happy is not too perturbed with his opponent under purge. He can dump VOA to the trap now. Okay, and another missed roll. I'm getting uncomfortable here. PTSD situation. Okay, so flips Thailand back, but he also gives China back. Okay, finally out of the trap. And James now needs mill ops. So we could see a coup of Guatemala on AR7, particularly if Alex does not realign Mexico here. Now, Alex has Suez in his hand, which is unspaceable because of Purge and is actually quite annoying here. Okay, just going to take a one-op realign of Mexico, and that's a good roll. This game's been a little bit realign heavy. So Alex could James could retake that and let him roll again, or he could just coup Guatemala, get his mill ops. Okay, yeah, got it playing that. That would have been a good one to potentially event, get James out of War Games range. But no War Games here for James, although James gets Reformer, which is going to make things very nasty in Europe. It is active. James also gets Libs, which can make things very ugly in Central America. This is an excellent hand for James. He can get rid of EU. NORAD's not that bad, turn 8 even with Canada filled. And Marshall, not that bad either. This may be Space EU, hold NORAD, and just give Marshall. Yeah, I like the Reformer headline. I try and activate it when Glasnost is around. Okay, yeah, and then James never did get South America domination, so wasn't able to get to Uruguay. Turkey. Just take Turkey. I mean, Greece is fine too, but okay. All right. Yeah, and then a just nice coup in. Well, if you're going to roll that, doesn't really matter. Thailand is flippable here, but I suspect that James is ahead by enough at this stage that he will not want to use China to flip Thailand. But maybe he will. Or maybe Alex will just overprotect it here and make the whole thing moot. That's exactly what he's going to do. Or not. So James with a decision here. You flip Thailand here and stop Asia Dom. That takes away Alex's only positive region, and pretty much with a 9 VP lead, pretty much locks in you're going to win on the board. However, giving up China has its own problems here. So yeah, this is a little bit tricky for James. Yeah, yeah, I think this is fine. Force Alex to use a big card to repair that. Okay, yeah, and that's okay. Yeah, I like this. And now with U.S. Japan punted for ops on turn 8, it's not coming back. Salt is around, to be clear. Salt and Star Wars both around and unseen. But I think Alex would rather use Salt on something that is not Japan. But yes, that's a good point by the chat. I hadn't been thinking about that, but filling up Japan to stop Dom, that is absolutely an event, not useless realigns. Pope can help you attack Europe turn 10, or turn 9 or 10. And then maybe flip a Dom there. And you need to flip at least one domination here. You need to score your Asia Dom, flip Europe domination, and score that, and then maybe you have a chance. But yeah, using the Pope for ops there, really don't like that. Okay. So EEU clearly is getting spaced here. NORAD just going to take Canada back preemptively. All right, and now that that's done, James will trigger Marshall. And probably just taking Japan here would be my guess. So no Europe Dom for James, but I think he's fine with that if he can stop Asia Dom. Japan seems more important than that, but okay, that doesn't affect Dom. So yeah, USJ. Now to be fair, USJ is in the discard pile, but Salt is still around and Star Wars is still around. I would just space this, but all right. Maybe he's not worried about it with the Pope gone, but I would be. I would space this. I really, even with the Pope gone, I really don't like putting Eastern Europe at 3-4 like this. Okay, there's Central. It goes off for 0. Clearly, we're going to hold NORAD at this point. Taking a Middle East Dom, sure, why not? A poke of an Asian battleground here would make sense for Alex. Reestablish Dom. Okay. Oh my goodness, and Nasser finally discarded. Okay. So 5-year plan and Middle East. James gets Star Wars here. So certainly he's happy to see Star Wars and terrorism in his hand. So terrorism seems like a fine headline here. I'll be able to space Star Wars. Middle East will obviously just be scored for the domination. You're going to give up CRG, which is a little bit annoying. But this mostly clears the DEFCON obligations. Obviously, Grain, Cal, and Teardown are still around, but all 3 are spaceable. And there are no discarders left. IP war. I don't know. I don't know that I'd use my 4-op here. I mean, we are so ahead. I might hang on to my 4-op for something else. to prevent against something getting jammed. Okay, well, we're going to flip South America. They're going to flip Brazil, so South America back to control. I mean, you could have just used kitchen, and it's a little bit of a throwaway coup, but then you save flower power for something else. But obviously, he rolled big, so worked out well. Okay, a Nicaragua coup is reasonable here, but also just banking 4 VPs is nice. You've also got a space, and you've got some problems in this hand. Alex is going to take his realigns. Central American realigns have worked for Alex today, and so now he's going to presumably take a control in South America and Central America, but it's going to be too little, too late. James quickly spaces Star Wars. Happy to see that out of the game. Purge is gone. It's in the discard. This should fill Cuba. Okay, control of Central, but it is too late for Alex. Yeah, all the African one-stabs are protected here. I wonder if we'll see more realigns out of Alex here. Yep, hits the first roll. Oh, and he flips over Nigeria at even. Wow. That really reshapes Africa. Now you've got to take that back and then allow the realigns again. Yeah, going to realign Algeria. Okay, that time it doesn't work. Now this should be a kitchen coup of Saharan, right? Oh, okay, I see. You'll use 5-year plan to get rid of kitchen. Because certainly you don't want to keep 5-year plan in your hand. That makes sense. Glasnost has to go to space. Will not hit the roll. South African realigns. Okay, they work. Yeah, Central America is a control for Alex, but he just doesn't. But when it actually scored and it mattered, James scored it for 10. So James had control when it was scored. Okay, here we go, turn 10. Cal in James's hand, no problem. Pershing seems like a fine headline. Especially with NORAD active. So it looks like James has this one, and that would mean James is going to go 14-0 in OTSL play. Truly impressive. First ever player in OTSL Gold to manage an undefeated season. So well done. Congratulations. Okay, Junta is a nice headline, but I'm afraid too little too late. Yep, can't take out Libya. Literally all the other countries are overprotected. Yeah. Okay. And now Colombia? OPEC is 3. There, I don't think it looks like there's no path to 20 here unless Alex has Africa. OPEC would be 3. Willie would be 1 and can't get any more from space. Yeah, I like taking Colombia. Oh boy, gonna give Iran Contra here. That is extremely early Iran Contra. Now Nigeria can be realigned at positive. Panama can be realigned at positive. So we hold on to Colombia. Yeah, I don't know what Alex has, but that was a mistake. $15. Okay. OPEC still gets us to 18. Willie to 19. Not quite. Okay, not anymore. Okay, nice 4VPs. Just gonna, yeah, gotta just realign Venezuela here. There's Europe. Just realign Venezuela with Willie at +2. Why are we not realigning Venezuela with Willie at +2? It doesn't matter. The game's over. But okay, he does realign, flips it. This is at +1 now. Nigeria and Panama are +1. Now Panama is +3. And he flips Panama. So big roll there. There goes We Will Bury You. He misses on the space roll. Okay, now Willie taking South Africa and Cameroon is fine. What did that go? Romania? There's Asia scoring for even. Okay. I might have gone El Salvador and an extra. I'm nitpicking at this point, but I might have gone El Salvador to stop Central Dom rather than poke Mexico, and then put one in Romania, which is fine, and then one in Canada. So you have to spend. So he has to spend 2 ops to stop Dom instead of just 1. But yeah, congratulations to James, 14-0 in OTSL Gold with excellent, excellent competition. I look forward to seeing what he can do in the playoffs. I'm hopeful that as the number 8 seed, I will see him in the 3rd round of the playoffs. But a lot to do between then and now. Okay, 4 op. This will be Mexico. Yeah, okay. Yeah, nice win for James. So thank you everybody for watching. I'm gonna be back probably tomorrow at some point with the Atlantic League, with the draw for the Atlantic League playoffs. Group play just wrapped up, so playoff time is soon. So tune in for that. But until next time, thank you for watching. This is Justin Abramson. That was fun, but now it's done. So long, everybody.